See? Dropping supplies now.
Let's roll.
Not know that about you. I know you watch a lot of TV that is based on books, but I don't think that's the same thing.
It's pretty much the same thing.
For example, I have read all of the books of Diego el Santo. I know what happens at the end.
See, everyone does. That show is about the first ever Espinosa that came to Solis 500 years ago. The end of that show is the formation of the country of Solis.
Yeah, well...
Okay, fine. Let's pretend that I read a lot.
Bien, yes, let's pretend.
I had the honor of receiving an advanced copy, which I hold in my hand right here, of Oscar Espinosa's autobiography titled, I Am the Son of My Father.
Oh, wow, nice. I remember what I learned in school about Señor Espinosa's dad, León. But I assume this book goes deeper into that?
Oh, so deep. You have no idea. The book really gives you a sense of what inspired Oscar Espinosa to become the great leader and visionary that he is today. The hardships he suffered, the challenges he faced.
I assume he discusses the accident.
Claro. As most of us know, Oscar Espinosa's father, León Espinosa, died in a plane crash about, 15, 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
So 20 years ago, his dad dies when León's plane gets caught in a freak tornado. And in the same week that he loses his father, Oscar Espinosa has to immediately take over as the head of all the Espinosa companies.
Where he ended up doing pretty well for himself. I mean, since he took over the economy...
You're close to Academia Gacha. It's one of the Black Hand's training grounds.
And the Black Hand have
And
gone
home
from
to
a
one of
bunch
the Black
local
Hand's new
badasses
brainwash
to
the
one of
poor
most
into
badass
soldiers
military
programs.
forces on the planet.
I'll let you know when I'm in the neighborhood.
But I think what most people want to hear about is Project Illapa. Is there anything in the book on that? A lot of people I'm talking to are getting pretty curious out here.
Well, there's not a whole lot in the book. I don't think Señor Espinosa is going to give up any trade secrets.
Sure, but...
It's just amazing that Oscar Espinosa's reaction to his father's death was to throw himself into Project Illapa. I think most people, their parents get killed by a storm, and they think, okay, that's it, these things happen. But Oscar says, no, these things don't just happen, and I'm going to do everything in my power to try to stop something like that ever happening to anyone else's father, or mother, or nephew, or landlord, or llama ever again.
No, see, that's a good point. But I'd still like to know what's really going on with Project Illapa. I don't know if you've been outside in the past 20 years, Tiago, but Solis weather is still a little volatile.
Well, controlling the weather is a pretty big challenge, I'd imagine.
It has to be.
Santiago, I learned a lot of cool things from Oscar Espinosa's new book, and now I'm going to quiz you with some rapid-fire, true or false type questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Just a reminder to the audience that we did not discuss this ahead of time.
No one's going to think that, Tiago.
Okay, first, Oscar Espinosa is the current head of the Espinosa companies. True or false?
True, we discovered that.
Correct. Okay, next. Oscar Espinosa had a pronounced stutter until the age of 11.
False.
Nope, it is in the book. It's something he worked very hard to overcome.
Interesting.
Next, Oscar Espinosa is a fan of the Tiago and Santiago show.
I mean, I hope true.
Absolutely true. He mentions it several times in his autobiography.
I find that hard to believe.
And finally, according to Oscar Espinosa's new autobiography, I Am the Son of My Father, when it comes to the Tiago and Santiago show, Oscar's preferred host is Tiago.
There is no way that he wrote that in his autobiography.
No, he did.
Okay, well, what page?
What do you mean?
What page did he write that? Give me that book you're holding and tell me what page.
Oh, I can't. It's only in the digital version, I think. Kind of like a DVD extra.
You're a sad man.
You have no idea. Time to step aside for a minute. We'll be back with more Tiago and Santiago.
Very
Off
sad.
we go.
The best talk on Solis, Tiago and Santiago.
Hola a todos, this is Tiago, letting you know that we are giving away tickets for a live taping of Jimena, where you'll get to watch the rehearsal, the live show, and get to meet with Jimena herself backstage after the show. Keep listening for a chance to win.
The Black Hand, the world's most highly trained and best-equipped fighting force, deployed all over the globe, helping those in need and punishing those who would threaten the freedom and prosperity of others. And the Black Hand is looking for the next Solino that want to be a part of this team. This family. Strength, order, discipline, service. The Black Hand is Solis, and Solis is the Black Hand. Find your nearest recruiter today.
That was really painful.
You know, you're very stupid, see?
These two men are proof that the truth hurts. Tiago and Santiago.
This is the Tiago and Santiago show.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Tiago, things are getting a little intense out there these days.
Oh, no kidding, Santiago. I'm just happy to be here in the studio.
Are we going to talk about it?
Sure, why not?
Bien. The group that calls themselves the Army of Chaos. I know some of my old friends in the Black Hand like to refer to them as insurgents or rebels.
Which they are.
Maybe. I mean, they are definitely violent.
Obviously, that goes without saying.
But there are certainly some people out there that have something to complain about.
I don't know. Things are pretty good in Solis.
For us, maybe.
For everyone, parcero. I can go to any store around here and fulfill any of my basic needs. And beyond that, I can buy phones, TVs, whatever I want. And all I have to do to afford that is to provide an honest day's work.
I don't think everyone shares your idea of what is an honest day's work.
Sure, we pre-tape a lot of our segments and interviews, and I only really work 4 hours a day.
If we can even count that as work.
Cómico, Santiago. Muy cómico, huh? I can't help it that the market has set a high price for my services.
Not as high as the price it says for me.
What?
Nothing.
You make more than me?
The point is, Tiago, that you and I might have it slightly better than some of the other people of Solis.
Okay, maybe you have a point there.
Gracias.
But that still doesn't mean that people should resort to violence if they don't like what's going on here.
No, they shouldn't. Unless, of course, there really is no other choice.
What are you talking about, parce?
Nothing.
I didn't realize I was sitting across from such a radical.
Let's go to the phones. Looks like a lot of people want to talk about this particular issue.
Oh, wow, look at the screen. Where should we start? Okay, let's go to line 2. Buenas, you're on Tiago and Santiago.
Hello, Tiago. Hello, Santiago. I love your show very much. But I have to say, I think Santiago sounds like he doesn't like Solis very much. I have no problem with this country. In fact, I love it. I may have to work for 70 hours a week in a factory to be able to pay for rent and groceries, but I get to live in the best country on earth. So, I don't want to be mean, but I may have to scrape off the Santiago half of my Tiago and Santiago bumper sticker.
Oh, do not do that, senora.
70 hours? Did you say 70 hours a week? See, no, you should definitely quit that job. That sounds awful. So I'm not saying you need to join Santiago's revolution.
Qué tonto.
But you should try to find another job right now.
You make it sound so easy.
Gracias. Let's go to another call. Hágale, you're talking to Tiago and Santiago.
Buenas parceros. These of the Chaos people or whatever, whether they have a point or not.